Yahweh spoke to Moses and to Aaron, saying to them, "Speak to the children of Israel, saying, these are the living things which you may eat among all the animals that are on the earth." Yeah. Whatever parts the hoof and is cloven-footed, and choose the cut among the animals that you may eat. Nevertheless, these you shall not eat. Of those that chew the cud, or of those who part the hoof. The camel, because it chews the cud but doesn't have a parted hoof, is unclean to you. The hyrax, because it chews the cud but doesn't have a parted hoof, is unclean to you. The hare, because it chews the cud but doesn't have a parted hoof, is unclean to you. The pig, because it has a split hoof and is cloven-footed but doesn't chew the cud, is unclean to you. You shall not eat their meat. You shall not touch their carcasses. They are unclean to you. Be holy, for I am holy. For I am Yahweh your God. Sanctify yourselves therefore and be holy. You shall not defile yourselves. Be holy, for I am holy. Yeah. You may eat of all these that are in the waters, whatever has fins and scales in the waters, in the seas and in the rivers that you may eat. All that don't have fins and scales in the seas and rivers, all that move in the waters, and all the living creatures that are in the waters, they are an abomination to you, and you shall detest them. You shall not eat of their meat, and you shall detest their carcasses. Whatever has no fins nor scales in the waters is an abomination to you. You shall detest these among the birds. They shall not be eaten because they are an abomination. The eagle, the vulture, the black vulture, the red kite, any kind of black kite, any kind of raven, the horned owl, the screech owl, the gull, any kind of hawk, the little owl, the cormorant, the great owl, the white owl, the desert owl, the osprey, the stork, any kind of heron, the hoopoe and the bat, all flying insects that walk on all fours are an abomination to you. Yet you may eat these of all winged creeping things that go on all fours, which have long jointed legs for hopping on the earth. Even of these you may eat. Any kind of locust, any kind of katydid, any kind of cricket, and any kind of grasshopper, any kind of grasshopper. But all winged creeping things which have 4 feet are an abomination to you. By these you will become unclean. Whoever touches that carcass shall be unclean until the evening. Whoever carries any part of that carcass shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the evening. Every animal which has a split hoof, that isn't completely divided, or doesn't chew the cud, is unclean to you. Everyone who touches them shall be unclean. Whatever goes on his parts among all animals that go on all fours, they are unclean to you. Whoever touches their carcass shall be unclean until the evening. He who carries their carcass shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the evening. They are unclean. Be holy, for I am holy. For I am Yahweh your God. Sanctify yourselves therefore and be holy. You shall not defile yourselves. These are they which are unclean to you, among the creeping things that creep on the earth: the weasel, the rat, any kind of great lizard, the gecko, and the monitor lizard, the wall lizard, the skink, and the chameleon. These are they which are unclean to you, among all that creep. Whoever touches them when they are dead shall be unclean until the anything they fall on when they are dead shall be unclean, whether it is any vessel of wood or clothing or skin or sack. Whatever vessel it is with which any work is done, it must be put into water, and it shall be unclean until the evening. Then it will be clean. Every earthen vessel into which any of them falls, and all that is in it shall be unclean. You shall break it. All food which may be eaten, which is soaked in water, shall be unclean. All drink that may be drunk in every such vessel shall be unclean. Everything whereupon part of their carcass falls shall be unclean. Whether oven or range for pots, it shall be broken in pieces. They are unclean and shall be unclean to you. Nevertheless, a spring or a cistern in which water is gathered shall be clean. But that which touches their carcass shall be unclean. If part of their carcass falls on any sowing seed which is to be sown, it is clean. But if water is put on the seed and part of their carcass falls on it, it is unclean to you. Yeah. If any animal or which you may eat dies, he who touches its carcass shall be unclean until the evening. He who eats of its carcass shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the evening. He also who carries its carcass shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the evening. Every creeping thing that creeps on the earth is an abomination. It shall not be eaten. Whatever goes on its belly and whatever goes on all fours, or whatever has many feet, even all creeping things that creep on the earth, them you shall not eat, for they are an abomination. Be holy, for I am holy. For I am Yahweh your God. Sanctify yourselves therefore and be holy. You shall not defile yourselves. For I am holy. You shall not make yourselves abominable with any creeping thing that creeps. You shall not make yourselves unclean with them, that you should be defiled by them. For I am Yahweh your God. Sanctify yourselves therefore and be holy. For I am holy. You shall not defile yourselves with any kind of creeping thing that moves on the earth. For I am Yahweh who brought you up out of the land of Egypt to be your God. You shall therefore be holy. This is the law of the animal, and of the bird, and of every living creature that moves in the waters, and of every creature that creeps on the earth, to make a distinction between the unclean and the clean, and between the living thing that may be eaten, and the living thing that may not be eaten. Be holy, for I am holy. For I am Yahweh your God. Sanctify yourselves therefore. Be holy. You shall not defile yourselves. For I am holy. Ho, 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 ho. For I am Yahweh. You shall not defile yourselves with any kind of creeping thing that moves on the earth. For I am holy, who brought you up out of the land of Egypt to be your God. You shall therefore be holy. For I am holy. Be holy. I am holy. Be holy. For I am holy. Hey! Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, speak to the children of Israel, saying, if a woman conceives and bears a male child, then she shall be unclean 7 days. As in the days of her monthly period, she shall be unclean. In the 8th day, the flesh of his foreskin shall be circumcised. She shall continue in the blood of purification 33 days. She shall not touch any holy thing, nor come into the sanctuary until the days of her purifying are completed. But if she bears a female child, then she shall be unclean 2 weeks, as in her period, and she shall continue in the blood of purification 66 days. The priest shall make purification are completed for a son or for a daughter, she shall bring to the priest at the door of the tent of meeting a year-old lamb for a burnt offering, and a young pigeon or a turtle dove for a sin offering. He shall offer it before Yahweh and make atonement for her. Then she shall be cleansed from the fountain of her blood.
This is the law for her who bears,
whether a male or a female. If she cannot afford a lamb,
then she shall take 2 turtle doves
or 2 young pigeons,
the one for a burnt offering
and the other
for a sin offering. The priest shall make atonement for her,
and she shall be clean.
the priest shall make atonement for her,
And she shall be Yahweh spoke to Moses and to Aaron, saying, when a man shall have a swelling in his body's skin, or a scab or a bright spot, and it becomes in the skin of his body, the plague of leprosy, then he shall be brought to Aaron the priest, or to one of his sons, the priest. The priest shall examine the plague in the skin of the body. If the hair in the plague has turned white, and the appearance of the plague is deeper than the body skin,
it is the plague of leprosy.
so the priest shall examine him and pronounce him unclean. If the bright spot is white in the skin of his body, and its appearance isn't deeper than the skin,
And its hair hasn't turned white,
then the priest shall isolate the infected person for 7 days. The priest shall examine him on the 7th day.
Behold,
If in his eyes the plague is arrested, and the plague hasn't spread,
in the skin,
then the priest shall isolate him for 7 more days. The priest shall examine him again
on the 7th day,
Behold, if the plague has faded,
and the plague hasn't spread in the skin,
then the priest shall pronounce him clean. It is a scab. He shall wash his clothes and be clean. But if the scab spreads on the skin after he has shown himself to the priest for his cleansing, he shall show himself
to the priest again.
The priest shall examine him, and behold, if the scab is spread on the skin, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean.
It is leprosy.
When the plague of leprosy is in a man, then he shall be brought to the priest.
And the priest shall examine him.
Behold, if there is a white swelling in the skin, and it has turned the hair white, and there is raw flesh in the swelling, it is a chronic leprosy in the skin of his body, and the priest shall pronounce him unclean. He shall not isolate him, for he is already unclean, unclean.
Unclean, unclean,
The priest shall examine him and pronounce him unclean, unclean.
unclean, unclean.
He shall dwell alone, his dwelling shall be outside of the camp. If the leprosy breaks out all over the skin, and the leprosy covers all the skin of the infected person from his head even to his feet, as far as it appears to the priest,
Then the priest shall examine him.
behold, if the leprosy has covered all his flesh, he shall pronounce him clean of the plague. It has all turned white, he is clean. But whenever raw flesh appears in him, he shall be
Unclean,
the priest shall examine the raw flesh.
and pronounce him unclean.
The raw flesh
is unclean.
it is leprosy. Or if the raw flesh turns again and is changed to white, then he shall come to the priest.
The priest
burn becomes a bright spot, reddish white,
or white,
then the priest shall examine it. And behold, if the hair in the bright spot has turned white, and its appearance is deeper than the skin,
it is leprosy,
it is broken out in the burning,
and the priest shall pronounce him unclean.
it is the plague of leprosy. But if the priest examines it,
And behold,
there is no white hair in the bright spot,
and it isn't deeper than the skin,
but has faded.
then the priest shall isolate him.
7 days.
The priest shall examine him.
On the 7th day,
If it has spread in the skin,
then the priest
shall pronounce him unclean.
It is the plague of leprosy. If the bright spot stays in its place and hasn't spread in the skin,
But it's faded,
it is the swelling from the burn,
and the priest shall pronounce him clean.
for it is the scar from the burn.
Unclean, unclean,
The priest shall examine him and pronounce him unclean.
unclean, unclean.
He shall dwell alone, his dwelling shall be outside of the camp. When a man or woman has a plague on the head or on the beard, and the priest shall examine the plague.
And behold,
If its appearance is deeper than the skin,
and the hair,
and it is yellow and thin,
then the priest shall pronounce him unclean.
it is an itch.
It is an itch.
It is leprosy of the head or of the beard.
If the priest examines the plague of itching,
And behold, its appearance isn't deeper than the skin, and there is no black hair in it, then the priest shall isolate the person infected with itching 7 days. On the 7th day, the priest shall examine the plague. And behold, if the itch hasn't spread, and there is no yellow hair in it, and the appearance of the itch isn't deeper than the skin, then he shall be shaved, but he shall not shave the itch. Then the priest shall isolate the one who has the itch.
7 more days.
On the 7th day, the priest shall examine the itch. And behold, if the itch hasn't spread in the skin, and its appearance isn't deeper than the skin, then the priest shall pronounce him clean. He shall wash his clothes and be clean. But if the itch spreads in the skin after his cleansing, then the priest shall examine him. And behold, if the itch has spread in the skin, the priest shall not look for the yellow hair. He is unclean. But if in his eyes the itch is arrested and black hair has grown in it, then the itch is healed.
He is clean.
The priest shall pronounce him clean. When a man or a woman has bright spots in the skin of the body, even white bright spots, then the priest shall examine them. Behold, if the bright spots on the skin of their body are a dull white, it is a harmless rash. It is broken out in the skin.
He is clean.
If a man's hair has fallen from his head, he is bald.
He is clean.
If his hair is falling off from the front part of his head, his forehead is bald.
He is clean. Unclean, unclean,
The priest shall examine him and pronounce him unclean.
unclean,
He
unclean.
shall dwell alone, his dwelling shall be outside of the camp. But if a reddish white plague is in the bald head or the bald forehead, it is leprosy breaking out in his bald head or his bald forehead, then the priest
Shall examine him.
behold, if the swelling of the plague is reddish white in his bald head or in his bald forehead, like the appearance of leprosy in the skin of the body, he is a
Leprous man.
he is unclean. The priest shall surely pronounce him unclean. His plague is on his head. The leper in whom the plague is shall wear torn clothes, and the hair of his head shall hang loose. He shall cover his upper lip and shall cry.
Unclean, unclean.
All the days in which the plague is in him, he shall be unclean.
He is unclean.
He shall dwell alone, his dwelling shall be outside of the camp. The garment also that the plague of leprosy is in, whether it is a woolen garment or a linen garment, whether it is in warp or woof of linen or of wool, whether in leather or in anything made of leather. If the plague is greenish or reddish in the garment or in the leather or in the warp or in the woof or in anything made of leather, it is the plague of leprosy.
It shall be shown to the priest.
The priest shall examine the plague and isolate the plague 7 days.
He shall examine the plague.
On the 7th day, if the plague is spread in the garment, either in the warp or in the woof or in the skin, whatever be burned in the fire. If the priest examines it and behold the plague hasn't spread in the garment, either in the warp or in the woof or in anything of skin,
then the priest shall command
that they wash the thing that the plague is in, and he shall isolate it 7 more days. And the priest shall examine it after the plague is washed,
and behold,
if the plague hasn't changed its color and the plague hasn't spread, it is unclean.
you shall burn it in the fire.
It is a mildewed spot, whether the bareness is inside or outside. If the priest looks
and behold,
the plague is faded after it is washed, then he shall tear it out of the garment, or out of the skin, or out of the warp, or out of the woof. And if it appears again in the garment,
either in the warp or in the woof,
or in anything of skin, it is spreading,
you shall burn what the plague is in with fire,
the garment, either the warp or the woof, or whatever thing of skin it is,
which you shall wash.
if the plague has departed from them, then it shall be washed the 2nd time, and it will be clean.
Unclean, unclean,
The priest shall examine him and pronounce him unclean.
unclean, unclean.
He shall dwell alone, his dwelling shall be outside of the camp. This is the law of the plague of mildew. In a garment of wool or linen,
either in the warp
or the woof,
or in anything of skin,
to pronounce it clean, or to pronounce
pronounce it unclean.
Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, "This shall be the law of the leper in the day of his cleansing. He shall be brought to the priest, and the priest shall go out of the camp. The priest shall examine him." Yeah, yeah. Behold, if the plague of leprosy is healed in the leper, then the priest shall command him to take for him who is to be cleansed 2 living clean birds, cedar wood, scarlet, and hyssop. The priest shall command him to kill one of the birds in an earthen vessel over running water. As for the living bird,
He shall take it,
the cedar wood, the scarlet, and the hyssop, and shall dip them in the living bird. In the blood of the bird that was killed over the running water, he shall sprinkle on him who is to be cleansed from the leprosy 7 times, and shall pronounce him clean. And shall let the living bird go into the open field. He who is to be cleansed shall wash his clothes and shave off all his hair and bathe himself in water, and he shall be clean. After that he shall come into the camp, but shall dwell outside his tent 7 days. It shall be on the 7th day that he shall shave all his hair off his head, and his beard, and his eyebrows.
he shall shave off all his hair,
He shall wash his clothes, and he shall bathe his body in water. Then
he shall be clean
the priest shall make atonement
for him,
and he shall be clean. He shall be
the
clean.
priest shall pronounce him clean.
On the 8th day he shall take 2 male lambs without defect, 1 ewe lamb a year old without defect, 3/10 of an ephah of fine flour for a meal offering mixed with oil, and 1 log of oil. The priest who cleanses him shall set the man who is to be cleansed in those things before Yahweh at the door of the tent of meeting. The priest shall take 1 of the male lambs and offer him for a trespass offering with the log of oil, and wave them for a wave offering before Yahweh. He shall kill the male lamb in the place where they kill the sin offering and the burnt offering, in the place of the sanctuary. For as the sin offering is the priest, so is the trespass offering. It is most
Holy.
yeah. The priest shall take some of the blood of the trespass offering, and the priest shall put it on the tip of the right ear of him who is to be cleansed, and on the thumb of his right hand, and on the big toe of his right foot. The priest shall take some of the log of oil and pour it into the palm of his own left hand. The priest shall dip his right finger in the oil that is in his left hand, and shall sprinkle some of the oil with his finger
7 times before Yahweh.
The priest shall put some of the rest of the oil that is in his hand on the tip of the right ear of him who is to be cleansed,
And on the thumb of his right hand,
and on the big toe of his right foot, upon the blood of the trespass offering. make atonement for him who is to be cleansed because of his uncleanness. Afterward, he shall kill the burnt offering. Then the priest shall offer the burnt offering and the meal offering on the altar. The priest shall make atonement for him, and he shall be clean. If he is poor and can't afford so much, then he shall take one male lamb for a trespass offering to be waved, to make atonement for him, and 1/10 of an ephah of fine flour mixed with oil for a meal offering, and a log of oil, and 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons, such as he is able to afford. And the one shall be a sin offering, and the other a burnt offering.
The priest shall make atonement for him,
And he shall be
clean.
He shall be
The
clean.
priest shall pronounce him clean.
On the 8th day he shall bring them for his cleansing
To the priest,
to the door of the tent of meeting before
Yahweh.
The priest shall take the lamb of the trespass offering,
And the log of oil
and the priest shall wave them
for a wave offering.
before Yahweh.
He shall kill the lamb.
Of the trespass offering, the priest shall
Take some of the blood
of the trespass
offering.
and put it on the tip of the right ear of him who,
Is to be cleansed.
and on the thumb of his right hand, and on the big toe of his right foot. The priest shall pour some of the oil into the palm of his own left hand, and the priest shall sprinkle with his right finger some of the oil that is in his left hand
7 times before Yahweh.
Then the priest shall put some of the oil that is in his hand on the tip of the right ear of him who is to be cleansed, and on the thumb of his right hand, and on the big toe of his right foot, on the place of the blood of the trespass offering. The rest of the oil that is in the priest's hand he shall put on the head of him who is to be cleansed, to make atonement for him before Yahweh. He shall offer one of the turtle doves or of the young pigeons, whichever he is able to afford, of the kind he is able to afford, the one for a sin offering and the other for a burnt offering with the meal offering. The priest shall make atonement for him who is to be cleansed before Yahweh. This is the law for him in whom is the plague of leprosy, who is not able to afford the sacrifice for his cleansing.
The priest shall make atonement for him.
And he shall be clean.
He shall be clean.
The priest shall pronounce him clean. Yahweh spoke to Moses and to Aaron, saying, when you have come into the land of Canaan, which I give to you for a possession, and I put a spread and mildew in a house in the land of your possession, then he who owns the house shall come and tell the priest, saying, there seems to me to be some sort of plague in the house. The priest shall command that they empty the house before the priest goes in to examine the plague, that all that is in the house not be made unclean. Afterward the priest shall go in to inspect the house. He shall examine the plague, and behold, if the plague is in the walls of the house with hollow streaks, greenish or reddish, and it appears to be deeper than the wall, then the priest shall go out of the house to the door of the house and shut up the house.
7 days.
The priest shall come again on the 7th day, and look, if the plague is spread in the walls of the house, then the priest shall command that they take out the stones in which is the plague and cast them into an unclean place outside of the city. He shall cause the inside of the house to be scraped all over. They shall pour out the mortar that they scraped off outside of the city into an unclean place. They shall take all the stones and put them in the place of those stones, and he shall take all the mortar and shall plaster the house. If the plague comes again and breaks out in the house, after he has taken out the stones, and after he has scraped the house, and after it was plastered, then the priest shall come in and look, and behold, if the plague is spread in the Moreover, he who goes into the house, while it is shut up, shall be unclean until the evening. He who lies down in the house shall wash his clothes, and he who eats in the house shall wash his clothes. If the priest shall come in and examine it, and behold, the plague hasn't spread in the house, after the house was plastered, then the priest shall pronounce the house clean, because the plague is healed. To cleanse the house, he should take 2 birds, cedar wood, scarlet, and hyssop.
He shall kill one of the birds
In an earthen vessel,
over running water.
he shall take the cedar wood,
The hyssop, the scarlet,
and the living bird,
and dip them in the blood of the slain bird.
and in the running water, and sprinkle the house 7 times. He shall cleanse the house with the blood of the bird,
And with the running water,
with the living bird, with the cedar wood, with the hyssop, and with the scarlet. But he shall let the living bird go out of the city,
into the open field.
so shall he make atonement for the house, and it shall be clean.
Priest shall make atonement for him.
And he shall be clean.
He shall be clean.
The priest shall pronounce him clean. This is the law for any plague of leprosy, and for an itch, and for the destructive mildew of a garment, and for a house, and for a swelling, and for a scab, and for a bright spot, to teach when it is
Unclean.
and when it is clean. This is the law of leprosy. Yahweh spoke to Moses and to Aaron, saying, "Speak to the children of Israel and tell them, when any man has a discharge from his body, because of his discharge,
He is unclean.
yeah, this shall be his uncleanness in his discharge, whether his body runs with his discharge, or his body has stopped from his discharge. It is his uncleanness. Every bed on which he who has the discharge lies
Shall be unclean.
and everything he sits on shall be unclean. Whoever touches his bed shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water.
And be unclean until the evening.
He who sits on anything on which the man who has the discharge sat shall wash his clothes and
Bathe himself in water.
and be unclean until the evening. He who touches the body of him who has the
Discharge.
shall wash his clothes
And bathe himself in water.
and be unclean until the evening. If he who has the discharge spits on him who is clean, then he shall wash his clothes
And bathe himself in water.
and be unclean.
Clean until the evening.
Whatever saddle he who has the discharge rides on,
Shall be unclean.
whoever touches anything that was under him,
Shall be unclean until the evening.
he who carries those things shall wash his clothes and
Bathe himself in water.
be unclean
Be unclean.
until the evening. Whomever he who has the discharge touches without having rinsed his hands in water
He shall wash his clothes.
and bathe himself in water
And be unclean
until the evening. The earthen vessel which he who has the discharge touches shall be broken, and every vessel of wood shall be rinsed in water.
Thus you shall separate
The children of Israel,
from their uncleanness.
so they will not die in their
Uncleanness
when they defile my tabernacle.
that is among them.
When he who has a discharge is cleansed of his discharge, then he shall count to himself 7 days for his cleansing, and wash his clothes, and he shall bathe his flesh and run in water, and shall be clean. On the 8th day he shall take 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons, and come before Yahweh to the door of the tent of meeting, and give them to the priest. The priest shall offer them, the one for a sin offering, and other for a burnt offering. The priest shall make atonement for him before Yahweh for his discharge. If any man has an emission of semen, then he shall bathe all his flesh in water.
And be unclean until the evening.
Every garment and every skin which the semen is on shall be washed with water.
And be unclean until the evening.
If a man lies with a woman and woman has a discharge, and a discharge in her flesh is blood, she shall be in her impurity 7 days. Whoever touches her shall be unclean until the evening. Everything that she lies on in her impurity shall be unclean.
Everything
Also that she sits on shall be unclean. Whoever touches her bed shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water
and be unclean until the evening.
Whoever touches anything that she sits on
Shall wash his clothes
and bathe himself in water.
be unclean until the evening.
If it is on the bed or in anything she sits on,
When he touches it,
he shall be.
unclean until the evening.
If any man lies with her and her monthly flow is on him,
He shall be unclean,
7 days
and every bed he lies on
shall be unclean. If a woman has a discharge of her blood many days, not in the time of her period, or if she has a discharge beyond the time of her period, all the days of the discharge of her uncleanness,
shall be as in the days of her period.
she is unclean.
Every bed she lies on,
On all the days of her discharge shall be to her as the bed of her period,
everything she sits on
shall be unclean.
as the uncleanness of her period.
Whoever touches these things shall be unclean
And shall wash his clothes
and bathe himself in water.
and be unclean until the evening.
But if she is cleansed of her discharge, then she shall count to herself 7 days. And after that she shall be clean. On the 8th day she shall take 2 turtle doves
or 2 young pigeons,
and bring them to the priest to the door of the tent of meeting
the priest shall offer the one
for a sin offering,
and the other,
for a burnt offering.
and the priest
Shall make atonement for her before Yahweh
for the uncleanness.
of her discharge.
Thus you shall separate
The children of Israel,
from their uncleanness,
so they will not die in their
uncleanness.
when they defile my tabernacle that is among them.
The
This is the law of him
who has a discharge
and of him who has,
in a mission of semen,
so that he is unclean by it,
and of her who has her period,
and of a man or woman,
who has a discharge,
and of him
who lies with her who is unclean.